Yeah, Notre Dame, an ugly temper tantrum. They didn't make the cut.
Oh, the rage is beyond belief. People in South Bend are so steamed. Now, here's Notre Dame that lost early. Lost to Miami, lost to the Aggies, and then ripped off 10 wins in a row. Here's Notre Dame that had been held in the upper echelon of the college football playoff poll for the last 5 weeks, did not move. And all of a sudden, the final poll comes out, and they drop right out. And the committee says, we're invoking head-to-head competition. That's the only thing that really bothered me. If Miami's win against Notre Dame early in the season was so critical, how come Miami was not rated over Notre Dame anywhere during the 5 weeks that the college football playoff poll came out? That's absurd. And then they had a meltdown on South Bend. Pete Aquavaca was just beyond himself. You could see his face red, see the steam coming out of his ears. And he's talking about just what I said. If head-to-head was so important, how come head-to-head did not come into play earlier, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago? And then he says strength of schedule, that's an issue. I happen to say you won 10 in a row. Who the hell did you beat? Just because you stomped Stanford, who'd you beat in the 10-game win streak? That's an issue because Miami played a tougher schedule. And then Notre Dame says, we're not going to a bowl game. Now, I think that's a disservice to those kids. Those kids helped mold a 10-game winning streak. 10-2 is a great season. They did not play a tough-ass schedule. Those kids deserve to go to a party and go to a bowl game. I thought that was a real disservice for Notre Dame to turn all the bowl bids down, turn their back, and say the system is flawed. We don't believe in any of this anymore. Some people have the opinion that's snooty, arrogant Notre Dame. Others say they got every right to stand up and scream. And it wasn't just a couple of years ago. Florida State had the great season. Weren't they unbeaten, lost their quarterback in the final game, and didn't get into the playoffs because they invoked this rule, well, we don't think you'll be competitive. So, John, you tell me, how do you side with Notre Dame in this controversy?
There were so many different controversies that were going on over the weekend. I mean, but to this Notre Dame one, well, first of all, my understanding is they had a team meeting. So the players agreed to this.
After Marcus Ferguson said, this is what we're going to do.
Oh, well, yeah. But, I mean, first of all, Notre Dame sort of puts themselves into this position by being an independent. I mean, if they were in one of the conferences.
No, well, they're linked to the ACC.
So just join the ACC and win the ACC.
No, they want to be an independent because they're arrogant.
Right. So this is my point is that they kind of made their own bed, because the only way they can get in is at large. So there's only it's even less opportunities for them. So I don't know. I don't have a problem with them, turning down the bowl bid. They're bitter. I get it. But this just goes to show you that the bowl games are becoming less and less important. And is it for the kids and the party? And that it seems like those days are just in the rearview mirror.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't get those same warm vibes about the bowl games. I just want the playoff. I want to see the 12-team bracket. I want to see a 16 or a 32-team bracket.
Well, then we'll be arguing about teams 31, 32, and 33 a year from today.
Yeah, but at least we know that those teams are the trivial ones hanging on the edge. We argue about teams number 67 and 68 in March Madness, but we know that they're not going to win the championship. But if we had a bigger bracket, then Notre Dame would have been in. I mean, it would have been obvious. So, again, they still have a lot of fixing to do on this system, but I still love it.
Okay. Fans Forum chat box is open. You Catholic, Protestant, Methodist, agnostic, your reaction to how Notre Dame has reacted. I just felt bad for the kids. I think the kids deserve to go to a bowl game, the hoopla, and it would have been a significant, marquee, fun bowl game in the Deep South. Instead, their season's over and it's snowing like hell and it's 21 degrees in South Bend. That's not fair.
Not fair. Well, Notre Dame always has their special privileges and everything else. I want to ask you about the other teams that didn't make it. It was like Miami.
No, Miami.
So Miami was in it. Pardon me. Notre Dame was the scapegoat of this whole thing, right?
Yeah, and then Texas never got there.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah, they were always sort of kind of there.
But that's 3 losses.
Right. Now, one of the things you keep bringing up is, oh, I don't want to see like, James Madison in. It's going to be a 69-3 score and all that. I brought receipts here. I want to read this to you. So here in the 2023 national championship game, the score was Georgia 65, TCU 7. I mean, this is insane. In 2019, the national championship, number 2 Clemson 44, Alabama 16. We've seen other just horribly lopsided games. I mean, look at this one. In 2018, the Sugar Bowl, number 4 Alabama 24, Clemson 6. So my point is that even if you have the big teams in there, there's still going to be blowout losses, blowout games. But the thing that makes the basketball tournament so great is that you can have, a San Diego State that can make a run and surprise the world. And who knows, maybe Tulane or James Madison might have a Cinderella run. I think the upside of that is so much better than having to get in like some other like 3rd or 4th place team in the SEC. So I think it's great that there's chaos in these brackets. It's great that Indiana is the number 1 seed. I like seeing, the ACC not getting a bid because they didn't get their best guys to win the championship. Maximum chaos. Bring it on.
You're just a troublemaker. Okay. Feel free. Join us. Fans Forum chat box is open.